better.
It's so hard to predict at this point. Like, you know, with the whole Taeho nerf, you know, all the teams, we have to rethink our strategy. And Envy simply just do not. Actually, they've been rocking with this composition. Who's that Taeho guy? Never heard of him. Never brought him onto the team. And so this, to me, for me, I'm leaning a little bit more towards Envy here, because I think that because there's no real change up of how they want to run things, they've got a very strong idea on how to run the map with their composition. And sure, you know, KO coming in instead of Taeho. You can see how I can get that confused.
Yeah, it's a tongue
that
twister.
does introduce a couple of differences. It's still a little bit unpracticed when it comes to Winthrop University. And once again, it's those little cracks that Envy are ready to jump on. And so Ali already getting a lot of pressure here. We'll be able to back out though.
First shots taken by Flare outside of Tree. Infiltrator as well on the Sheriff. Both of them will each get one. And Envy fully walled out on this first defensive stack. Yet again, Winthrop University, tremendous job on the macro reads, understanding exactly where Envy is going to end up. Already, you see moves fully preparing for this stack to migrate to B, which Envy is not committed to yet. But I couldn't agree more that more eyes are on them as the favorites this map, because not only do they have nothing to change, but they have all that momentum coming in from map 2. So starting off this pistol round would be fantastic. Great knife, though, from Flare to, again, keep Envy here and keep Winthrop without a need to guess. Flare a proper trade. Zera is still at full HP and will finally retreat. Poppin will run into this trap wire, give himself back away to Moves, who has the hold for one, but Zera can clip him and ship himself all the way over back to B site. Moves quickly pops him, though, just in time to grab him before the spike can fall, and Winthrop will win the pistol.
Who else but Moobs? I feel like I've been just a broken record at this point, with Moobs just somehow finding so much value. A pixel angle, clicks immediately, and then shuts down Zera as well, who's just running in onto the site with, yet again, just a pixel shot. Excellent stuff coming through, but this is what I wanted to see a little bit more of on Haven. The coordination of utility, the denial of space, the wrench being tossed into the engagement that Envy are pushing for. I think that now that they've gone off that double duelist, they've gone on for a little bit more stall tactics, things could be good, because, you know, although we talk about a little bit of uncoordination, this is Winthrop University we're talking about, and when things are working together, it's like a well-oiled machine.
Truly efficient when this team has it all put together, and Moves has the gun to be able to spray down, but Exter, as always, a little far forward, able to grab the first pick, and some space for Envy. They've taken the site, and Exter sprays through the smoke onto Flare. They've got all the presence they need, and Poppin now has a stinger. And try playing the close range, goes for the fake spike drop for the first go around, and will actually field in Moves enough to grab some recon, or some shock dart damage onto him. Winthrop will walk into this super scathed. Ali full, though, in front of the majority of this fight, and another smoke in the tank. Able to enable Moves' swing at a moment's notice, but Exter is going to check that for that very reason. Even more pressure on him. Paranoia tossed in by Ion just to continue pressuring that, as Ali has now made his way over to the lane to help support that push that is clearly getting more attention, and it's working. One down, Poppin gone. Remainder in Boathouse, still not with the great guns as well, but Exter just tossing bullets right onto the spike. Moves can spray down on low health, though, and Ion can clean up and steal the bonus away for Envy.
Wow.
Or the follow-up, rather.
That is just one of those moments where, like, Envy just fly in onto site. They just take it so close range quarters. It's so confusing if you are Winthrop University, and that's when they get foiled in just a second. And so as a result of that, Envy walk away with a round. I mean, look at this. They're just kind of flying through. Moves at least able to get one, but that is just this overwhelming pressure. Zera holding so close, stinger in hand, spraying through all the smokes, finding a couple of lucky shots in. That enables Envy to be able to snatch that round away. Now Zera does have that outlaw. The rest of the members, rifles, the sides popping. And yeah, this is looking like Envy are ready to play, and you can see that they are itching to just move their way up. A 5-man push up onto B.
They're already impatient enough for them to be playing this side of Ascent to start. Makes them beg for a fight. Some free swinging and spraying from Inspire inside his own cyber cage. Ingenious attempt to try and find an early pick. They'll find some early chip that Exter can finish off with that Phantom. Rest of Envy, easy entry, and nobody from Winthrop's getting a damn thing this round. Zera will make sure of that on this Outlaw in the back line. Oh, Ali spoke too soon, finds Inspire. but KaneZera quickly wraps that up for stay alive. Envy's up to 2.
Yeah, and you can see that Envy are feeling it. They're getting into their groove right now. These are such decisive matches. I mean, even when you look at how you want to play around this, Exter on that Yoryu getting so far in deep just allows that TP to happen, take over the space. KaneZera just flies in, and they're just finding all the kills necessary. Winthrop don't necessarily have a response plan in these last couple of rounds. And, you know, this is just one of those moments where KaneZera just pushes up so aggressively, catching Winthrop University off guard. And once again, like we saw in Haven, when you underestimate how aggressive Envy are going to be, that's when they take even more space and are able to find even more kills. So I need to see Winthrop University adapting to that and making sure it gets shut down if they want to mitigate some of this damage. And honestly, just momentum that Envy are really starting to pick up here.
Now, can they roll it into the round where Winthrop have fully bought up? Big hold on mid at the moment. Envy have completely released their presence from there. Exter, who has managed to farm up this dimensional drift, is going to utilize it to fully take over the B site. And an attempted angle taken by Moobs, but he'll duck back from it, understanding the danger of the situation and how heavy the market presence is from Winthrop, so they can apply that pressure to this entire site, grab it, inspire in the process. Winthrop are already pretty well spread, and the knife does strike Ion, so Envy can't cycle smokes just yet. Winthrop can make a little bit of space, generate a little bit of extra power, but now that smoke coming through, and Nasi on the recon makes this a 4v4. Envy wasting a great amount of time at the moment. Winthrop have got to make this breach work, and Flare just spraying through until KaneZera shoots through that push. And it's a lot of spoken words coming through the smokes at the moment. Infiltrator on the upshot, though. KaneZera's got to clutch up on the shorty and almost nabs the right shot to be able to do it. But Winthrop will have enough time, will have enough players, will have enough guns to make it work.
I was just about to say, I think that is so interesting that, you know, we're going to send Ali to be the one who diffuses, and Infiltrator plays Vanguard with an operator in his hands. Like, that is a choice right there. Ali had a bit of a faster firing weapon, and you're going up against KaneZera. And yet still, KaneZera happens to just jump right in front of the barrel in the midst of that smoke. So Infiltrator just has to left click. The rest was history. Winthrop University, they get yet another round, keep the operator alive, keep an Odin alive as well. Being that Envy here are the ones with a little bit less weaponry. Like you said, things are looking okay for them. Very interesting. KaneZera not going to be going for the knives here. Leaving Poppin down to a sheriff. Something. Teamwork makes the dream work. Not quite this time. As, you know what? Poppin hasn't necessarily had the best game so far. And so I imagine that this is just, let's just keep it in the hands of Kane because it's working out well.
No command for the denial, and everybody from Envy is without their kits.
Down A.
Easy clear of the board. And KaneZera has got to do everything, can't do a thing. Beautiful defense from Winthrop University. A flawless round that'll set them up for the remainder of the half.
Once again, just good crosses being set up there. And sure, like, Flare has the null command, and that disables a lot of that entry power that Envy are really looking for. But at the same time, like, it's just classic Envy. They're going to be going in. They're going to be swinging on you no matter what you throw in front of them. And they do just that, walking into an excellent crossfire being set up from tree, from door. And Winthrop University just makes sure that they can't get a single inch, with plenty of time to also bring Flare back, meaning that that is yet another weapon that they're able to hold on to. Now the Bladestorm is going to be activated here. It's going to be a spread out attack onto B this time. KaneZera not able to secure the kill,
but able to get a lot of space, enough for Inspire to grab that first blood, and he's just going to give himself into this back line to sort out where Nasi is. Almost gets the kill onto him, too. He's down to 46 HP.
Ooh.
But the rest of Winthrop is already here, and they can go for their pinches. Poppin will finally take care of the rest of Nasi's health pool, but the rest of Envy isn't able to really come up with anything else. This gun diff starting to show its hand. Poppin, only with that Stinger and Hunter's Fury in tow, is getting chased down by the firing from the market, and Winthrop can hold it down again.
And I gotta say, I feel like out of the two sites, Winthrop University's defense is a little bit more lacking on that B site. Envy are having a much easier time making their way in onto that site. And sure, things were looking a little bit dicey for Envy that time, but keep in mind that the gun difference should have made it an open and shut place for Winthrop University. But look at how much space they're able to gain just in the midst of just throwing their bodies in and trying to take those fights. Was it a little bit over aggressive that round? Absolutely. But imagine if it was just a little bit more coordinated there. I think that Envy could have definitely steamrolled over Winthrop. As a matter of fact, the only times they've gotten that spike down has been on that B site. And as such, they're going to be exploring it yet again.
Yeah, this is definitely where they need to continue conditioning the press. Force Winthrop to allocate a lot of resources towards it, including all of Moves' kit. He's going to use a lot of it pretty early, actually. Get a bullet on him, too. He's going to go for the invade on top of this, but yeah, Inspire's just going to spray it down. It's just taking care of business. Infiltrator attempts to entry on the op shot, and he'll just have to settle for Inspire walking into him. And Envy now have to spread quite thin on the site. Nasi still holding it down with this Odin and loses his fight. So does Flare. And Envy reduce things back to the individuality. Take the personnel advantage back. Infiltrator still looking for something with this operator before switching back up to the Vandal. Relocation from Ion is immense as well with the TP, making sure nobody's holding it down. Winthrop's already too far forward on this. Infiltrator opening frag. And waiting for Ali to make his move. Jump in from both, and they both fall. It's Envy's round.
Yeah, just the sound cues giving away the positioning of where Winthrop University are going to be making that retake happen. A very close call, almost pulled that one back, but it's all good. At least Envy weren't able to scoop up that operator as well. Infiltrator more than enough money right now to buy yet another one. We're seeing an Odin in the hands of Nasi as well. Keep in mind, a lot of these cardboard walls have been patched up. If you've been out of Valorant for a little while.
All right.
And can't just spray through the walls anymore with the Odin and get a bunch of kills. But still, Envy, not the best buy coming in here. Egster only having a judge. We have seen this Yoru get into the back line and find some disgusting stuff, but Infiltrator going in deep right off the bat.
Oh, Infiltrator does go for the dry swing and does get away with one, but it's quickly stopped. Nasi has a great read on knowing Envy is going to try and push on top of that, and so he's able to grab a second by just spraying through. But Envy's already here on A and has been searching for that peak. Ali gives it away, but Zera can't finalize, and Ali controls the site. Ion in the Ditto, and can win against Flare too. Flipping around back on its head. Has the spike in hand and a little bit of time left to be able to get this spike down. Hop in, can't win. Nasi just transfers to take care of it all himself. Silly way to end the round, but it's Winthrop's nonetheless.
You can see, like, Nasi, too, was just like, wait, I got a second kill there? What happened? Was like, oh, like, hopping backwards, and then like, oh, I got the kill. Okay, I guess I can go in and defuse now. What? That is craziness coming in, but now Winthrop University, once again, secure the lead by 2 rounds here. Moves able to pick up the operator as well. Mitigate a lot of that expensive damage that was done here. Now, this is Envy struggling to make something happen. It feels like when they do have that successful attack, they really just have to force the issue. They have to just run in there and hope for the best. Sure, there is a little bit of utility coordination, but honestly, it is the pure positioning of that squad that seems to just help them make sure that they secure their frags. They always feel like they're going into the right place at the right time. The difference is that Winthrop University, when they're expecting some of those moments, you see that they're ready to stall them out, ready to stun them up, ready to hold these awkward angles and punish any of that unprecedented aggression. And we're not seeing Envy really change anything in their strategy book to try and cancel that out.
Winthrop has this hellish knack of being able to slow down fights that they know are about to happen, and Envy are the perfect prey for a playstyle like that. Once again, Moves is here for the intercept. Moves grabs a free kill. Moves has a tag with the cam too to continue scaring the pants off of Envy as they force by their way into this round with everything they've got. Get the spike down. Nasi, preventative Hunter's Fury. Egster gets active. Egster gets a kill. And Envy continue to try to hold down on solely the site. Pop in another attempt at the tap plant to try to goad another member of Winthrop forward. This time it'll be Nasi making his way up Heaven. Nobody peeks him. Ali peeks in, finds Egster as the members of Envy creep below Heaven. That Nasi still controls. Jump up for the intel, pop in, revealing himself, and Nasi gonna take advantage. Inspire with the pinch from the door, that's 1. It's on Ion to get 2 with the stinger no less. Has a smoke to dance around, but not much more. Winthrop Runs up, gives both of them away. Camera does not give him away, but moves, has more than enough time to control the threat. And it's 6-3 now for the defense.
Once again, like, I just like the way that Winthrop University want to play this retake coming into it. They're coming in from all of these different angles. Sure, they're experiencing a little pressure on one side, but that's okay because the cavalry is moving in on yet another. And it's the coordination that really, to me, is what is clashing up really well against the Envy positioning when they're able to just take that space for free and get something going there. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest, what Poppin was necessarily deciding there. Showcasing the head, hopping up, should have been able to also spot out somebody still, but then decided to go for that utility. Maybe assumed that someone else from Envy was watching Heaven to make sure that they weren't able to go through, but that just guaranteed a free kill, making it an easy Winthrop University round. So now, do get a little bit of a timeout here. Well, everyone's cooling off their heads a little bit. We're getting closer and closer towards the end of this match. Only 3 rounds before we move into that second half. And once again, only one of these teams will be able to advance to the winner finals.
Of course, with that double duelist comp, there's really no telling what Envy is capable of on either side of this map. But on that defense, they look to try to have as stalwart an attack plan as Winthrop by just winning the fights. Winthrop continues to have such a handle on the playbook on both sides of the field, utilizing it to their full advantage, and with all of that information, letting their players run rampant with that advantage. Looks like they have the read again here as Envy is stacked up on the B site. Committal as ever.
Who's next?
In comes Exter. It'll be a very quick clear that Ollie is able to dance through on top of the smoke. And he's still looking for the space gain. But again, Winthrop is here. Infiltrator is here with the blades. Altitude kill. As Poppin tries to circumvent, but he's swarmed and bladed. Winthrop, yet again, cut into this Envy attack like it's butter.
And that too was the dimensional drift coming out. Exter trying to get a little bit of space. And to be fair, Exter with the Yoru ultimate has gotten immense value previously. And I'm gonna chalk this up to just being a little bit unfortunate timing, because as soon as the clone goes out, immediately gets shot down. So the flash goes off immediately, and then you see that Envy hesitate just for a second, allowing just enough time for the rest of Winthrop University to get themselves set up and ready to go. We see the updraft come through, Infiltrator dicing through them with those knives. And that one has to be a little bit of a tilter here, as Ollie's still going fishing, able to find Inspire in the midst of all of that. So Envy, they back up a little bit, not as confident as they have been previous rounds.
Nasi holding back on top of the operator from Infiltrator yet again. A lot has to be sacrificed in order to push on to that, and it's enough for the rest of Winthrop to do all the work they need. Poppin yet again left alone. One down for him. Infiltrator outside the market, and Poppin knows it. Does he decide to peek it? Yes, he does, and Ollie grabs the kill. Commanding takeover from Winthrop, able to pinch any of the attack lineups that Envy go for.
It's just so clean coming in from Winthrop. Like, we're going back to what we really praised Winthrop University for in being able to make sure they trade so effectively. And every single time, like, Envy's strategy is really just to go in there and bulldoze thanks to kills. But if someone from Winthrop immediately follows up behind, they're able to make sure that that trade is effective and might find another, because Envy are just simply not expecting it. And so now we've got this score line. 1 round left, and Ali again finds one right off the bat.
Unbelievable. And Infiltrator again on the peak. Envy are going to try the same thing again and make it work. Poppin does get the spray through the smoke onto Ollie. Gamba shot from Infiltrator, potentially in the books. No, they'll back out. Hand this site back over as the null command times out. Now the Hunter's Fury to follow up from Envy. Poppin searching, looking, hunting for anything, and can't tag. Inspire! Sprays through! Makes it work again! Paranoia will time out, and Envy get onto site. Here. Now the crunch back for moves, market unchecked. Ion trying to watch the backside. 3v2 as the recon dart gives him away. Infiltrator clips Inspire to a crisp. And they're both on 10 HP. Infiltrator's just trying to do it again. The 3-man walk-up from Winthrop University, it's a guarantee. A 9-3 half is what Winthrop have to work with to try to net themselves this match point and a top 3 placement here in stage 2.
An excellent half coming in from Winthrop University. And I don't know if this conversation has ever been started about Envy being a very heavily momentum-based team, but I think that's simply just because usually when they start to heat up, they don't stop. And that's the reason why they've only won thus far, because they've never really faced a team that has been able to foil them as much as Winthrop University is really doing right now. And so once that momentum gets going, it never really stops. But this time around, like, Envy started things out so confident, so in control. And you can almost feel the nerves starting to get to them a little bit more. They're just kind of like forcing the issue. Like you said, doing the exact same thing, trying to get a different result. And once you get to that point, especially in Valorant, things are not looking that good. So 9-3 in the half. We're swapping over now. Envy are going to be on the defense. But there's going to be a little bit of a mid-crunch coming in from Winthrop University. Eyes on the prize right now. Potentially shutting down Envy, who is undefeated in that Swiss stage.
Zera trying to stop this full-blown push, and a great shot onto Ali to start it off. Still a lot of presence here. But Envy still don't have all the guarantees of where these steps are. Zera steps out again. Flare wins the duel. And it's another mid-fight. Envy will go for it again. Infiltrator will fall next. And Winthrop, do they keep re-upping this? Flare is now alone, so likely not. All the meanwhile, Moobs has gone for his lurk. Up E main. Nasi his up tree, but only the ladder will come up okay. And Ion has a lot of control over this site he can play with. Flare will close that door onto the tree. Smoke cleared away. Nazi the drop down. Ion the control. The kill. And now the run up on top of the paranoia to finalize it himself. Envy take back the pistol in what is a long road back to winning map 3.
And I feel like Ion in those moments where he's alone on one of these sites or in these weird clutch scenarios has a little bit of time to maneuver around, take a bit of space. Ion's come out on top multiple times. An excellent start here from Zera, just finding that headshot, immediately getting out here. Exeter with a quick classic kill as well. But honestly, that was just Nasi keeping this one yet alive again. But nothing you could do at that point, because the rest of Envy were going to be swarming in onto sites, tasting the blood in the water. And now, Winthrop University on the back heel. You know Envy are probably going to be getting aggressive yet again. Exeter immediately taking Nasi out. The Infiltrator goes up top here, flying in, is at least able to get one, but Ion's ready for that trade.
Fun idea from Infiltrator, but it's simply not fast enough. The gun diff, too powerful. Zera going to try and shut it down here, and he can't. Double swing too strong. Ali too strong. Yeah, give the man a guardian. Let's see what he can do. 1v2, taking over the A site. Has the spike in hand. Both members of Envy coming from the back line. This could get interesting. Paranoia available as well. Once Inspire gives himself away, Recon Dart is going to give away the position. Owl Drone to double confirm, and Ali is just going to walk right into the tri-fire. Envy have enough resources to win that 2v1 handily and give themselves the follow-up.
Yeah, it's so tough to try and hold your ground, especially too when, you know, Poppin's just around the corner. All the utilities still available. Makes it a pretty easy time for Envy to be able to move in with the information, especially with the weapons that go boom, boom extremely quickly. Those being the SMGs. So now, Winthrop University, they lose those first 2 rounds. Envy are starting to gain some of their momentum back. And let's see how they want to play out this next round. It isn't uncommon right now for Envy to decide to just buy up anyways. And we are seeing a little bit of that as Ion is going to be going for the Phantom purchase here. Same with Exeter as well. So they're going to be trying and matching Winthrop University on this round. And they just need a couple of kills to make that a reality.
Just a few confirms. Zera searching for an easy one. Envy going to pay this respect for now. Let Winthrop take their base.
Very slow. I think Winthrop University were waiting for Envy to push out for them. You see how they set their positioning up, expecting that aggression very early on. They had those trap plays ready. Nothing happens. So as a result of that one, it's going to be nice and quiet. Biding their time. The spike is all the way out of that A site. Imagine Ali is going to be the one who has to make their way over there if they're able to take this B site for free. But a Cypher utility from Inspire just lurking all the way into the back. No one is spotted. They will make their advance.
40 seconds to go. As no real space has been gained, Winthrop don't decide to go for the market lane.
30 seconds left.
They'll just go for a standard exec here onto the site. Fragment to keep out popping. Zera though spraying down. Inspire stopped on the site. Winthrop have at least that taken over, but Envy are already here and popping. Swings out. Grabs a kill on the Sheriff. 3v3 now, and Envy have guns to spare. Just walking right in. They have enough resources too. Ion's paranoia is perfect to give them the advantage and the round. Make it 9-6 already, Envy proving anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, and once again, it's one of those moments where you see it's like, all right, hey, Envy, they're just going to be walking right in when you expect them to be able to get that. Yeah, sure, that's fine. They're going to go right in. Infiltrator's watching, right? And yet still, they go to make sure that they clear that. And as a result, there's no real opportunity for Winthrop to get themselves set up. As soon as Infiltrator goes down, you can tell it's a little bit, everyone's hitting the panic button on Winthrop. They're stuck on that B site. They've got no exit, no utility either, really, to make that one work. And so the rest is going to be easy for Envy. Like you said, a lot of utility for them to re-engage. The paranoia lands perfectly, and they walk in and clean house. 3 rounds now separating these two teams. We're seeing Winthrop on a little bit of a save yet again. Unfortunately, Infiltrator not close enough to get those knives online. Does have a Bucky this time, but otherwise a lot of stingers in the hands of that Winthrop University squad.
A lot to throw at this, as they'll once again go for a fast break, but Inspire, great reposition to catch Infiltrator lacking. Everybody else from Winthrop in a bit of a panic mode here, but Flare has gotten up inside, able to get away with one. Rest of Envy, though, easy sprays, easy praise, gets most of the job done here. Ali on literally 1 HP, still trying to get some stupid kills going with the Sheriff, and screw it, he will get one more with the Bucky. But Envy have now narrowed the gap to 2.
You know, you're just like, oh, wait, I got a Bucky in my pocket? I can do something with this. 1 HP in a dream. All it takes is 1 Bucky shot to shut down Eggster, the other perpetrator of the shotgun. Play it back. I enjoy shutting that one down. But yeah, it was just Inspire going unchecked on that site that allowed them to find the kills necessary, popping as well, just going through the sprays. And so many of these kills are kind of activating right through the smokes. The game sense of Envy, understanding when Winthrop might be moving through it, has really made some of these rounds a lot easier. It's Winthrop, though. Rifles in hands yet again. Going to take a good old try at this one. Shigar going up against the Hunter's Fury, which could be a little bit uncomfortable here. But if they do get Flare 1 more ultimate orb, they can play off of the null command. And like it was touched on the desk, when they have these ultimates, they usually are able to convert on the rounds.
Stack here in Cat. Zera ready to intercept. Keeps the spray going in case they immediately pile it, and has a couple bullets more to deal with the rest of the stack anyway. Another silencing from Zera.
It's going to be right now all on moves. Try and take that space onto the site, but as Zera finds that one, now Kane looking for the ace, will find just that. A long-range rifle as well. Laughing all the way to the bank there. Envy now just 1 round away from tying things up against Winthrop University on that round.
Practically handed to him on a silver platter. Window after window that Zera just blasts open. Tremendous fight taken, and then, yeah, fine, I'll do it myself. Really great work from Zera. Continues to be one of the best duelists, one of the best players in this region, continuing to be the driving force behind this team and its potential success. Now just 1 round behind, as Envy once again will swarm the front. Huge spray down on an infiltrator, and Ion turns on the shutdown. Sprays onto Flare too. Red like a book.
Spike down A.
Winthrop University offer absolutely nothing on this eco.
Flawless.
Yeah, nice, easy, flawless round. A little bit of a celebration as well as Envy tie things up 9-9 now. Not even an opportunity. It's the smokes yet again. Ion somehow able to find so much value, so many kills through these smokes. It's 6 in a row for Envy on this defense. And Winthrop University, got to be scratching your heads a little bit on what necessarily you can do. You've got 4 ultimates online, one ultimate point away from getting Nasi online as well. I could say the exact same thing about Envy. Inspire and Exeter both 1 apiece away.
Get out of my way.
Getting theirs for a full house of ultimates. Infiltrator pulling out the knives this time. Make sure to pad the economy a little bit. Wouldn't be too surprised if next round, no matter how this one shakes out, we should be seeing that operator in hand. But it's so much more passive from Winthrop University. When they just try and strong arm their way onto the site, they've been getting shut down, so they're trying something different. But at the same time, like, I kind of want to see them move in and just push into the site altogether. Nice coordinated strike, because I think that they can win that one out. Given the fact that Envy are more opportunists when it comes to these gunfights, if they take the lead here, they could find an opening, but Envy right now, they're firing on all cylinders, and that momentum is square behind them.
Once again, handing mid over, and this time Moobs is going to take the bait. No trap wire to stop him this time. Null command utilized, as well as the knife. Infiltrator's just going to try and run in anyway. Exeter and Ion shut that down with ease. Flare finally
30 seconds
getting some
left.
action with the help of that ultimate. Can the rest of Winthrop follow up? Moves. Neural Theft on top of the kill will confirm the remaining 3 players of Envy. And so Winthrop understand they have all the space they could need. Poppin, looking to try and cut that space down with the Hunter's Fury. Finds Moves. Cuts Nasi too. Irreparable value from that Sova ultimate. But Flare trying to save this game. Reload back in time. Sprays down Poppin.
Oh,
And
no.
Winthrop hold on to the attack ground. The streak is over, and the lead is once again the collegiate teams.
Oh, there has to be some sort of error there if you're on the side of Envy. You got the drop, you catch him mid-reload, and Poppin drops in with a classic in hand, has to reload himself. It's like a series of unfortunate events coming through. I was going to compliment Envy so well on this defense. Ion doing his job, holding his ground, making it almost impossible for them to move in clean. And then the combination of the Dimensional Drift alongside the Hunter's Fury secures a couple more kills, which is unbelievable. And yet still Winthrop walk away with the win. Crazy stuff coming in from that squad.
Monumental work needed for just one round, and Envy are going to quickly try and get back on track here. Zera with that ultimate, or with that operator, excuse me. He does have the ultimate, though. Could use it just to turn something close quarters if need be. But so far, so good on this A hold as Winthrop try to get the stack going on B. Inspire has company this time. Poppin hanging out on the shack.
Look at this, the spike is so far back. We're just gonna have to wait things out here and hope that they can kind of bait out a little bit more of this Envy utility. Keep in mind though, Exeter at a moment's notice can TP nice and close by. We've seen Winthrop University struggle on this entry. Finally, the spike is ready to go. Let's see how they engage.
Knife out to market to execute. Where is Infiltrator rushing?
30 seconds left.
Nowhere yet. Flare just walking up the lane. Trapwire triggered. Easy kill for
Spike
Poppin.
down, B.
This 2-man hold on the site is going pretty well so far. Infiltrator's just walking in with this operator. And Inspire has caught the long arm of that gun and punished
Wow.
it. Envy have more than enough for the crunch. And Winthrop completely run out of steam. We're tied back up at 10. Flawlessly.
Unbelievable. I mean, you see Winthrop University, they looked lost engaging there. Nobody clears the back of sight, allowing for such an easy spray down. Inspire as well, just moving one of those trips around, makes it a kill trip, finds that kill. Right now, Envy, They are so back. KaneZera starting us out with a nice pick right off the bat, but it is just the two members on that B site to just lock it down, throw away the key, make sure that Winthrop University do not make their way in. All tied up at double digits, 10-10. It's a save round yet again coming in from Winthrop University. Sure, they're good when they've got the ultimates, but they can't rely on those ultimates to win a round.
Envy feeling a lot more free to play for a couple early fights this time. Exter trying to get away with a first blood before dipping out, but he'll cut his losses. Winthrop tossing out bits and pieces of the util, giving themselves away for the A push, and they have a lot to offer towards Ion. TP's out, almost avoids death in time for the rest of Envy to come calling, but the rest of Envy has come calling, and they'll make it work here. KaneZera, as always, trying to go for the high-flying kills whenever it's allowed, but this time, rest of Envy is going to pick up the rest of the dirty work, and they have the lead, 11-10, on what is still a commanding defense for them.
Absolutely commanding, and you can see, like, once again, as soon as they realize what's going on, all the members of Envy just hightail it over there. They're so aggressive. They want the kills. They want to pad their own stats, want the glory. And so it's just off of a little bit of contact plays happening from both these teams. Is chaotic at best here. Infiltrator somehow finding that mid-air kill, but Move's not able to get the lurk online in time. It's just because of how fast Envy like to swarm their opponents. There's not really that much room for them to go on that lurk. Moves not able to get maximum value as you would have expected from that Cypher player.
So now yet again, we'll see Envy holding for the long game. KaneZera waiting to see if somebody once again tries to take that free space in Winthrop that they've been conditioning for.
I have the spike.
But again, nobody's going to chomp at the bit. Instead, they'll go to B. And this read is tremendous from Poppin. Now a 3-stack with the op in tow onto B after no noise has been made. And as soon as that orb gets struck, Shock Dart tossed in. No command in response. KaneZera tries to get away with the first op shot. Does not land it. And Winthrop can walk on into Poppin's open arms! 3 down! And he's still kicking! That's 4 for Poppin! And 12 for Envy!
Match point.
There's always
Envy.
someone on the team willing to do the job.
You know, Poppin, make it up for that pistol play we saw earlier. I gotta say that. At the bare minimum. At the bare minimum. But it was so discombobulated from Winthrop University. Not what we would expect from their squad initiating in onto the site. There were no flashes that get tossed in there. No clearance of Poppin on the actual site. And it's again that we see them really faltering and struggling at making their way onto B to even get the spike down. That's how fast Envy are on that collapse in, and I think that is a little bit in part to Winthrop University not doing their due diligence to clear everything out, not use their utility to flush out those individual players, and as a result, they're getting highlight clips off of this one, Tenrek.
Yeah, turning it back into a classic Envy match. Just run it down and win, and they have to do it just one more time against such a shoddy buy. Hunter's Fury, though, can at least do some damage. Again, slow this tempo for Winthrop as they try to make their great escape on the site. Spike is still not here, though. Infiltrator wins the fight. Poppin on site, tries to clutch it up. Nasi the crunch. KaneZera back on the knives. Jet being jet, and KaneZera wins it out!
Was that supposed to be?
The only way you could have a match like that end is with the superior duelist, who will go on to face what could be his only true matchup in Bonnie and the Burger Boys in winners finals.